Lamborghini CEO says that electric cars don't offer consistent performance. Really? Now, apparently Lamborghini, after he made these comments, decided to test a Tesla Model X Plaid. I'm curious to know whether or not they actually changed their minds, because from what I've seen, the latest Tesla electric cars, in particular the Cybertruck, are not affected by battery degradation no matter what the state of battery charge is. In other words, they can go just as fast at a 30% state of charge as what they can at a 100% state of charge, meaning that Lamborghini executives or the Lamborghini CEO's claims might not be accurate. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Thank you for tuning in. Here's actually what he said. Electric cars don't offer consistent performance. In other words, he says that because electric cars can't perform on a track, according to him, that means Lamborghini customers don't want electric cars. Now, he made that claim. He claims that Lamborghini's customers don't want electric cars. So I thought, well, let's Google this information. He's saying Lamborghini customers specifically don't want electric cars because they don't perform well enough on a track. They say after 3 laps, they start to suffer problems with performance. Now, first of all, like I said, with the newest electric cars, clearly already today, that isn't true. However, I Googled this and found some data. The data says less than 10% of all Lamborghini owners worldwide, based on surveys, never take their car to the track, as in never. So approximately 92 to 94% of all Lamborghini owners never drive their cars on a track, for good reason. I mean, one, if you crash it, very, very hard to have insurance cover a crash of a supercar driving on a track. 2, most owners don't have supercar driving skills. They're just rich dudes who, to be honest, nothing wrong with being rich, but the point is they're rich people who happen to have a lot of money and want to spend it on a Lamborghini. They don't have the ability to drive a Lamborghini quickly, fast around a track, and so they choose not to do so. Probably a wise decision, if you ask me, based on the number of YouTube videos, and I'm talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, of people having crashes at low speed, driving Ferraris, Lamborghinis, etc. Anyway, Lamborghini says as a result it won't make electric cars because plug-in hybrids are a better option. Now, obviously, the CEO of Lamborghini has failed to look up the data on plug-in hybrids. They're obviously extremely complicated and more prone to fires than internal combustion engine vehicles by a factor of 20 times more likely. And they are around 30 times more likely than an electric car to have a fire. That, my friends, in my opinion, is a pretty good reason not to buy one. But aside from that, the newest technology coming from battery manufacturers in China and others, also in America and Europe, shows that actually battery packs are more energy dense and last longer than ever, and are able to, basically EVs now are able to maintain performance even after being driven for 2 or 3 laps on a track. Now, not all of them. I'm talking just the best EVs, the best battery technology. Italian supercar specialist Lamborghini says it is waiting before going all in on electric cars until they no longer require compromising on handling and consistent performance. Now, in respect to compromising on handling, I don't think this is a relevant comment either. Why is there a compromise on handling? I mean, realistically, in my opinion, there's no reason why there should be any compromise on handling. If anything, handling should be better. All of the mass of an electric car is at the bottom of the car. You can basically very, very easily, perfectly 50-50 weight distribute the weight on an electric car with our battery packs. You don't have a heavy engine sitting up high in the car. That, in my opinion, is the biggest compromise to handling. And it's what sports car manufacturers have talked about over the years many, many times. It's a compromise on handling having an engine high up, whether that's in the middle, mid-engine, rear engine, or front engine. Francesco Scardoni, regional director of Lamborghini, says the heavy weight of the battery in the current generation of electric cars means they are not suited to the super sport cars the company is known for. I believe he probably needs to take a tour or at least do possibly some research before making these claims, because Recently, battery technology has improved to the point where that is no longer correct. CATL and some of the latest batteries coming from other car manufacturers are around half the weight of batteries from last year. Lamborghini is developing an electric car, but it's not due for a very long time, in 2028. In addition to that, it's not a sports car, not a super sports car, not a hypercar. It is a 4-seat Grand Tourer. It's not intended for racetrack driving of any sort. 4-seat Grand Tourer. So Lamborghini's first electric vehicle won't be out for 5 years, and it won't even be a sports car of any type. Have they not paid attention to their sister brand, Rematch? I mean, Rematch now own, I believe, Bugatti. Have they not paid attention to the Rematch Nevera? That's clearly much faster than any Lamborghini ever made. And it's an EV. Right now, if you drive a pure electric car on the racetrack, the performance is not consistent, meaning you do 2 or 3 laps and the car overheats or it loses performance. Now, even Tesla's large Model X Plaid is able to do more than 2 laps consistently. And even if you drive these to do, say, a flat out 0 to 62 mile per hour time, even with only 30% state of charge, 20% state of charge, they're still faster than any Lamborghini. In a straight line, of course, but the Model S is not intended really particularly as being a track car. As of today, that's the reason we didn't want to go pure electric on super sport cars, because it doesn't fit the requirements of our customers. And Lamborghini, as a company, listens to what our customers are asking us. Instead, Lamborghini is working on plug-in hybrids. They said this: we decided to go first with the Lanzador, the 4-door Ultra GT, basically a luxury car, not a super sports car. In the future, powertrains will allow super sport car manufacturers to have the right performances, weight, and handling. Anyway, clearly Lamborghini is saying hybridization is the solution. Now, in a response to this story, one person wrote this on a forum: how are the narcissists going to attract the attention they feel they deserve without the scream and noise of a V10 engine? Furthermore, they've got the issue with regular commuter electric cars being as fast as whatever new model Lamborghini launches. There's a point, actually. I mean, the Model 3 Performance, MG4 XPower, vehicles that are a fraction of the price of a Lamborghini. In the real world, where people do drag races at the lights and that sort of thing, it's true that in most instances, an EV is going to beat most Lamborghinis. Joel went on to say, the mystique and allure is washing out of the brand at a rapid rate. It's right for Lamborghini to tap the brakes and rethink how the brand is going to position itself over the next couple of decades. Now, Joel was told he was very wrong, and supercar owners, that's not true about them at all. They're not interested in having a vehicle that says, look at me. Clearly, if you buy a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, you're not interested in getting people to look at you, and it's nothing to do with engine noise. It's irrelevant. And Joel has said, you're sounding like a Blockbuster employee mocking Netflix in the early 2000s. I do like your confidence, though. Well, I agree with Joel. The future is electric. Lamborghini, it appears, doesn't want to be part of the future. Well, that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.